I'm so sorry, but there's like a hot officer over there.
Really? That's okay, you can just keep looking at him.
Yeah. Oh, he's going in now, wait.
A hot police officer? Oh, he's ugly.
No, he's hot.
No, he looks like a bricklayer.
No, he's wearing like, he didn't wear like spectacles, but he took something from his car and then it's spectacles and put it on, and then it's really, really cool.
No, we should wave at him. Hello.
No way.
Hi.
It's really cool.
I'm filming a YouTube video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I was in the mood to film a quick video, so I thought, why not do a Q&A, seeing as I've never done one before. So I opened up questions on both my Instagram and Snapchat, so thank you guys for sending the questions in. I said they could literally be about anything at all, so I'm going to answer them now, and hopefully it'll make for an interesting video. Okay, so the first question is from Poor Yorix on Twitter. Hi Shannon! Thanks for getting in there quickly, best friend. She said, 1, how are you so gorgeous? 2, why are you so gorgeous? And 3, when are you coming to visit me so I can take you to Disneyland? I've never actually been to any other state in America except Boston, I think. And my friend Shannon, hi, she lives in California. Yeah, so it's definitely on my bucket list because I've been to Disneyland, but the one in Tokyo, so I definitely need an excuse to go on holiday to California and then you take me around Disneyland. But actually first, I think you should come to London first because, you know, Ben Whishaw and Rory Kinnear are doing a play, so just come to London first and then I'll go to California. That's the deal. Okay, Betsjin on Instagram asked, hi, where are you from? How do you take care of your hair? And what's your biggest dream in life? I'm actually originally from Australia. I'm an Australian citizen, but my parents are Indonesian, but I was born in Singapore and now I live in London. Yeah, that's confusing, isn't it? How do you take care of your hair? I get asked this question loads actually, and seeing as I bleach my hair and dye it at home, I think it's quite important to be careful and try and take care of your hair. Even though my hair is not in the best condition, it's still quite strong, and I think that's mainly due to coconut oil. So I highly recommend coconut oil. Just using it as a weekly treatment, kind of just lather it all over your hair, leave it in as a conditioner, as well as putting it on your hair before you bleach it. Yeah, so coconut oil is definitely my hair savior. What's your biggest dream in life? To marry Riz Ahmed. Cadet Louise on Instagram, I hope I pronounced your name right because I love you and you're one of my favourite followers. Asked, what made you decide to move to England, and do you think you will ever move back to Australia? Okay, so I've actually really loved London ever since I was a little girl. Like, I think I've just been an Anglophile all my life. I don't even know what sparked it, but it's always been my biggest dream to actually like see London and experience it ever since I was small. So when I graduated high school, I'd saved up enough money to go on a holiday here, and over the Christmas break I came here and I ended up like really loving it. I never really planned on moving here, but then a couple of years later I hit a really tough time in my life, and it was probably the hardest time in my life, and I came out of it like with a different mindset, and after that I thought life's too short to not go after what you want, so I just took the leap. I thought, why not? And I applied for university here and I got in, and I just flew straight here and I've never looked back. And moving back to Australia, yeah, I mean, I guess I hold an Australian passport, so maybe one day. And but I think if I ever moved back to Australia, I wouldn't go back to Perth. Maybe it'd be like Melbourne or Sydney because I'm too used to the city life now. Emma Inks on Instagram asked, a bit of a boring question, but how do you keep your hair so gorgeous and healthy looking? Okay, the thing is, my hair isn't healthy at all. I think it's just an illusion. Like, my hair's pretty fried, but since I had frizzy hair to begin with, like the texture hasn't quite changed. But I'd highly recommend coconut oil. That's the main thing I use, and I'll also try doing a hair treatment once a week. I really like Lush's, I think it's called Hswan Wenhua. Yeah, that's the hair treatment that I really love, and it smells a bit funky, but after you slather on your hair, leave it on for as long as possible, like when you sit in the bath or something, and once you wash it off it feels like really strong and healthy, so definitely recommend that. And also I always run a serum before I go out through my hair so it appears shinier. It's an illusion really. Cadet Louise on Snapchat, hi again girl, said, what's your all-time favourite book? Okay, my all-time favourite book is a novel called Deathless by Catherine M. Valenti, and I'd sort of describe it as a dark fantasy / gothic romance kind of thing, and it's actually based on old Russian fairy tale. And oh, if you can hear scratching at the door, that's my dog trying to get in, so just ignore that. I've had a lot of friends I've recommended it to say it's really hard to read though, so I think it's going to be one of those books that you either love or hate. I personally really love it. I think the author's writing style is just really stunning, and it's one of the most beautiful books I've ever read. Actually, it's the most beautiful book I've ever read. So yeah, I'd recommend giving it a go at least. Emily asks, Andini, why are you so basic? Well, that's me, you know, basic bitch with capital B. Beyblade X on Snapchat asks, hey, I just wanted to ask you what you do for a living if you're willing to share. Thanks, and I think you're awesome. Thank you. Yeah, of course I don't mind saying. I'm currently the social media manager for an art company here. Yeah, I don't know. There's much else to say really. It's a relatively new job for me, but I'm really enjoying it, so yeah. The Dainty Doll's House on Instagram asks, when are you coming to Scotland? I really want to actually. I've never been before, and I had a friend who lived in Edinburgh, and I've just like, from the way she described it and the photos I've seen, like the scenery looks so beautiful, and it's on my bucket list for sure, so hopefully soon I can come visit you. Vinta Godista on Instagram asks, could you maybe talk about things related to your blog, like challenges, experiences, your blogging journey in general? Yeah, I feel like this is a really broad topic though. Okay, my blogging journey. So I started my blog, I'd say almost 5 years ago now, and I originally just started it solely as a place where I could document my style, like my everyday style, I guess, sort of like a diary. And I feel now it's definitely turned into a little diary and just like my own personal space online. And now instead of just documenting it purely for me, I feel like I can share it with everyone and just like reach out to like-minded individuals basically. I think being in the blogging industry, there's always new experiences coming your way, and with that come new challenges obviously. But I've always stayed true to myself and what I believed in, and I think once you're sure of that, you can pretty much overcome anything easily. And I know that sounds really cliche, but that's just how I've rolled basically. That's what I've been doing so far. And yeah, I don't know, I'm sorry I wasn't more specific, but I guess there's just so many things I could talk about my blogging journey. Maybe I should do a separate video on that. Where do you find inspiration for your fabulous style, and do you have style icons? All over the place, I'd say. Mainly street style though. Other bloggers I follow, of course, that's a huge inspiration to me. Yeah, I love seeing what other people wear and kind of taking inspiration from aspects of that and making it my own, and kind of like mixing and matching. And style icons, I really love Bella Hadid's off-duty style, and I love Olivia Palermo, and even though I could never pull off some of the things that they wear, like I do take a lot of inspiration from them. And also like actresses I admire, like Sophie Turner and Rooney Mara, their street style is great. I also take a lot of inspiration from men's fashion actually, and just like try and mix it up. I love contrasting like feminine and masculine pieces, and yeah, all over the place basically. What about England made you a self-confessed Anglophile? Okay, I don't know or remember exactly what sparked my interest in England, because it's been like, I've been an Anglophile since I was a little kid. Maybe it was something I watched when I was a little kid or something I saw. If you had to say since living here, I think it's a whole mixture of things, like the art scene here, the multiculturalism, the fashion, the theatre, the tea, most importantly the tea definitely. Ian the Sky on Instagram asks, any tips for attending premieres and meeting actors, etc.? Okay, I feel like I'm not actually the best person to ask this, because despite it looking like I go to a lot of premieres, I'm not as much of a seasoned professional as a lot of my friends here. I'm actually pretty lazy, and I'll only leave the house for about like 12 actors, and I just like meet them over and over kind of thing, so it's definitely an illusion, like I'm not a professional at all. If I could give a tip, it would be don't fangirl. I know it's difficult when they're your favourite actor and they're standing in front of you, but just try to be mindful and respectful, not only of them, but other fans around you. My biggest pet peeve is actually squealing girls at premieres and events that basically just ruin it for everyone else. So I think if you just act maturely, they'll more likely come over to you and just like chat about their work and why you admire them. That's always nice to hear. Yeah, I hope that's actually what you meant, but if you mean tips on actually like how to meet actors, I think living in London is just full of opportunities. Like there's always premieres happening, and your favourite actors are always doing theatre, and also everyone just travels like by tube and walks around London, so the chance of you bumping into them is actually pretty high, especially if you like walk around and commute day to day. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true, and I pretty much train my eyes now to be able to spot like a celebrity from across the road. So I have hawk eyes now. That really helps. Arabella Capel on Instagram asked, do you have any tips on moving to London? I'm planning to move to London in about 2 years. Well, I pretty much just dove straight into the deep end, so I don't think I would wholeheartedly recommend that if you want to plan. But I'd say just do your research beforehand, and always just keep your options open. Like, don't be too rigid about things. Like, if things don't go according to plan, that's fine. I think the right things will find you in the end. I firmly believe that, because that's basically what happened to me, and everything's turned out perfectly. So yeah, just keep your options open, and good luck with everything. Holly X Reed on Instagram. Hi Holly! She said, do you plan your outfits in advance, or do you throw them together on the day? I always plan them in advance, usually the night before, because in the morning I'm just so groggy, I'm half awake. I can't find anything, literally everything's all over the floor, so I always try and do at least a rough plan of what I'm going to wear the night before. Transitory Dreams on Instagram asks, my question is, what makes you happiest? I'd say ultimately for me it'd have to be music. Like, it's the one thing I can't live without, and I feel like I need it more than air. And I know a lot of people will say like their loved ones, their friends, their family, but I mean, I take music as company over people any day. Yeah, so listening to music, playing music, that's personally what makes me feel most alive. And actually a lot of the films I love because of their soundtracks. Mizenka on Instagram asked, how would you spend your ideal day in London? Probably start of the day by waking up late and then going for a really nice brunch. And then after that, I'd wander around the museum and take my time, and then I'd be hungry again after all that walking, obviously, so I'd go for a burger and cheese fries at some time in the afternoon that's like not mealtime, and then I'd go to see a play in the evening. Sounds like a really good day if I had that free time in a day. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I've never actually done anything like that before, but next time I have a free day, I'm gonna do that. Which fictional world would you most like to live in? This is a tough one actually, because I feel like most of the fictional worlds I'm familiar with, like I wouldn't last a day in them, I'd die pretty much straight away. I'd live on Jeddah if it was still there and if it meant that I could marry Bodhi Rook, but we all know how that's gonna end. I really love medieval fantasy lands more, like gardens and forests, so probably like Westeros or Middle Earth would be a dream, but only if it weren't so dangerous. Is where you're at in your life now where you wanted to be when you were younger? It's completely different actually. Like, if I'd asked my younger self, I would have thought I'd probably be an architect by now in Australia. So, siren, shush! I'm at a completely different place right now, but I'm really happy with where I'm at, so yeah. How did you meet your closest friends? Actually, a lot of my closest friends, I've had childhood friends, so I did meet a lot of them in Australia, and unfortunately I did leave a lot of them in Australia, so bye guys. But I feel like, yeah, if you've been friends for that long, it's inevitable you're gonna be friends for life. Like, they pretty much know every part of me, and even though I do have a lot of long distance friendships now, it's like, yeah, I still count them as my best friends. And I'm really lucky to have actually one of my best friends moved to London 2 years ago. Hi Emily, if you're watching this, which you probably are not. Yeah, and I've made some really good friends here too, which I know will be friends for life. Who or what inspires you? Oh gosh, I draw inspiration from pretty much every single person I meet, but it'd have to be like the most inspirational person for me would have to be my mum. And I know that's really cliche, but it's true. And just being in London inspires me every single day. You need to ask, what's your favourite quote? My favourite quote is, 2 roads diverged in a wood and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. And it's a snippet from a poem called The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. And basically it just reassures me that everyone has a different path, and basically I shouldn't be scared of branching out and trying new things. And I also really love woods and forests, so just reading that poem and that quote calms me. What are some of the bands that you listen to? Well, my all-time favorite bands are IAMX and Muse, so I've listened to them ever since I was a youngin'. But more recently, I've been listening to Sweat Shop Boys non-stop, which is really strange actually because I never thought they'd be my type of music, but they're actually quite genius, so yeah. Can you rap? Yeah, but you have to pay me. Meha Irfan on Snapchat asks, ever been to a country that's not a first world country? Yeah, I think Indonesia's not a first world country, definitely. I don't think it's third world country, but yeah, I mean, I'm Indonesian, so I have been back there a couple of times, but not recently, so I should probably go back soon. And yeah, that was all the questions, so I hope you guys found that interesting and hopefully got to know more about me. Thank you so much to everyone who asked the question, because I seriously thought no one was and it was going to be like tumbleweed. But I seriously enjoyed doing that video, so maybe I'll do another Q&A soon. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and do subscribe if you're new and you want to see more videos from me, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!